Hi viewers, so this is the continuation of our previous video on coordinate geometry. So we did slopes in the previous video, so this is part 2 in which we will do equation of a line. So let's say that this is a coordinate plane in which this is x-axis and this is y-axis and this is the origin 0, 0. So there is some equation of a line. Let's say that line is AB. So here it is A and here it is B. So it's a line. So usually the line have arrows at the end. So line means a straight path which has no end. So that's why we put arrows at the ends. And the piece of that is called line segment. So we have to find the equation of this line. So equation of the line is always in the format, I will write here, y is equal to mx plus b or plus c. So first I will tell you the difference, plus b, and sometime it is y is equal to mx plus c. So which are American published books, they will have the symbol b, and in the British published books we have the symbol c. So in British system we can say we call it y is equal to mx plus c, and in American system we call it y is equal to mx plus b. Both means actually the same. So here b or c, this b or this c is where the line is intersecting the y-axis. So this point, so which is 4. So it means the value of b or c is 4. So that means we did half of the working, that the equation of the line will be then y is equal to mx plus 4, because this value is 4. Okay, now we just need to find this m, and this one we did in our previous video, that this is the slope or the gradient. So how to find this we already know, we did in our previous video. So see how we will do it again. So we will choose any 2 points on this. Sometimes this value will be given to us and sometimes we will find through the graph. If we are finding through the graph, so then choose any 2 points on this one which we can easily read from the graph. Like if we see this point is easy to read in the graph. So this point is having the x coordinate here which is 3, and the y coordinate here is 5. Okay, so we can mark this point as 3, 5. Remember, first we write the x and then we write the y. So first 3 and then 5. Similarly, we can choose some other point. Here this point is easy to read, or you can choose this point, it has x0 and y4. Or you can choose this point, this has x coordinate -3, so we can write here -3, comma, its y value is here, which is in between 4 and 2, so it is 3. So this is 3. So these are the 2 points we have chosen. So now we will mark them as point x1, y1, and this one as x2, y2. So then we know that the slope is y2 minus y1. I will write here. So here if we find first the slope m, which is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this y2 is here 3, negative, and then y1 is 5 over x2 is -3, and minus x1 is 3. So this will become 3 minus 5, which is -2, over -3, and -3 will become -6. You can use your calculator here. If we simplify this, so it will be equal to 1 over 3. So this is the slope or the gradient, m is equal to 1 over 3. So this value will just substitute there in place of this m. So therefore the final equation will become y is equal to m, which is 1 over 3x plus this 4 we write as it is. So this is the equation of this line, which is shown here in the graph, here this one. So remember, we need to find two things when we need the equation of the straight line. Whenever it is asked to find the equation of a straight line, so we need two things. One is the slope and the other one is the y-intercept, B or C. This is called y-intercept. Maybe it's a new word for you. So now one word, remember, y-intercept means where the line is cutting the y-axis, which I marked that here it is cutting the y-axis at 4, so this value will be 4. And the slope or the gradient m we can find by using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or the other method, which is rise over run, which I explained in the previous video. So if something is not clear, you can watch this again, or you can see the previous part of this lesson. Now we will do another example. So here we have a line PQ, and the question is find the equation of the line PQ. Which is shown in the graph. So as we know that y is equal to mx plus c or mx plus b is the equation of the straight line. So remember, this will be either c or b. So this is where the line cuts the y-axis. So this is the y-axis, so it is cutting at 0, so it means this value will be 0. And this is the slope, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. How can we find this? We choose any 2 points on this straight line which you can easily read. So you can take one point, this, which is 0, 0, and you can choose one more point which is easy to read. This is not easy to read, not easy to read. Here this is corner point is easy to read, so we can read this. This is 5, so it means it is 5 comma, and its x coordinate is, y coordinate is -2, so we write -2. So then we can mark them as x1 y1 and this one as x2 y2. So then substituting the value, y2 is -2, this one, and y1 is 0 over x2 is 5 minus x1 is 0, so this is -2 over 5. So now we will replace this value here. So we got that y is equal to m is -2 over 5, and then x plus 0. Usually plus 0 we don't write, so therefore the final equation of this straight line will be equal to y is equal to -2 over 5x. So this is the answer of this example. I hope it is clear. Remember, whenever a line is passing through the region, so its C or B will always be 0. So you will have only x and y in the equation of its line. Now we shall do another example where the graph is not shown. So this example is find the equation of a line whose slope or the gradient As I told before, that slope is in American English and gradient is in the British English, so both means the same. So whose slope is 5 and its y-intercept is 4. So see here in this example, two information are given. One information is that the y-intercept is 4 and the second information is that the slope is 5. So here this value is the value of B, or you can say the value of C. In American English it is B and in British English it is C. And slope, which is the gradient, is 5. So this is M. So we know that the equation of the line is y is equal to mx plus c or plus b. Let's say we take it b. So just substituting the value, y is equal to m, which is 5, x plus b, which is 4. So this is the answer of this question. So it's very simple. I hope it is clear. So now we'll do one more example, the reverse question, where the equation is given and we have to tell that what is the gradient or slope and what is the y-intercept. The example is find the slope and y-intercept of the line whose equation is y is equal to negative 3x plus 1. So here what we need to find, they are asking to find the slope or the gradient and also the y-intercept. So slope or gradient is m and y-intercept is c. So we know that in the equation the coefficient of x, the number which is written with x, this is always the value of m, and this one with its sign, this is the value of c or the value of b. So it means that the slope, or we call it gradient, that is negative 3, and the y-intercept is 1. So this is the answer. So remember the important point of this lesson, that whenever it is, we write the equation of the line as y is equal to mx plus c or mx plus b. So this is also called the slope intercept form. Later in our next video we will see some other form of the straight line equation and we will do some more practice questions. Kindly subscribe the channel Riz-Maths if you have not subscribed it yet. Thank you.